What's up, guys, and welcome back to GuitarWOD. Today we're going to look at a picking style called economy picking and how you can use it to bring new sounds and new phrasings to your playing. Let's check it out. In economy picking, the direction of the pick stroke is not decided by which part of the beat it falls on, but rather what best sets up the next note we have to play. So alternate picking says we're going to always use the same pick direction on this part of the beat so that we don't have to think about it, whereas economy picking says we're going to think about our pick direction so that we can make it as efficient and effective as possible. Because of this mechanical efficiency and the potential speed advantage that economy picking might have, there's a lot of debate between players over which one's better or which one should you use. I stay out of that entirely because they sound completely different. At the end of the day, we're playing guitar to make music. We're not playing guitar to figure out the most efficient way to move our fingers in awkward patterns. So the fact that they sound so different and can be used to make such different impacts on our music mean that both are viable to me, and I'd rather have both of them in my toolbox. So as far as what that actually sounds like, the economy picking uses so many rest strokes, which if you're not familiar with that, a rest stroke is simply when you play a note, you continue that pick stroke into the next string, and you press into that next string without actually pressing far enough to play it, unless you're playing that string as well. And so it kind of, if you're playing multiple strings in a row, then it becomes one motion, which is really mechanically efficient. That's what we're talking about. But even if you don't, the sound is totally different. It becomes much more staccato, much stronger, and kind of bolder and more aggressive sounding. So another really useful way to use economy picking, and one that I use, probably the most common use of economy picking for myself, is as a supplement to alternate picking. Because when you're alternate picking, especially when you start playing more complicated stuff, there's plenty of things that can throw off your pick direction, your pick stroke. And a really good example would be triplets, right? A triplet, if you alternate picking, would be down, up, down, but then you're coming out of that with an upstroke on a downbeat, which if you're alternate picking is going to throw a big wrench into your playing, and it's going to be really wonky to try and fix that. And you'll have to either change your pick direction mid playing, just do two of the same direction in a row or something like that, which is really funky to do when you're trying to alternate pick, or just wait and play another triplet so that you come back around. But with economy picking, we can use it to actually set ourselves up so that when we come out of the triplet, we are correctly set up to continue alternate picking. Now, I'll show you an example of that. So an example of using a quick burst of economy picking to set up our pick stroke when alternate picking would be something like this. And please note that this is tabbed out on the website, so if you want to see this example written out so you can see it maybe a little more clearly, then just go to the GuitarWOD.com. So if I were to alternate pick this phrase that's got two triplets in it, I would have now, please go to the website and check out this tab because it's a lot more clear there because I have the pick strokes written out. But if you noticed, after that first triplet, that downbeat is an upstroke, and that is a no-no with alternate picking. So my alternate picking pick direction is off at this point. So if we just continue playing alternate picking, notice that every downbeat is now an upstroke, which is really wonky and it'll throw off your alternate picking. And it's kind of okay when you're playing slow, but playing fast, you just absolutely cannot keep time when doing that, or at least I can't. So if we were to economy pick that same phrase, because the next note following the triplet is on the G string, we can economy pick it. Just use that, continue that downstroke into the G string, and set our pick direction back into where it needs to be so that the downbeats are downstrokes again. So what we did there is use economy picking, a little burst of it, to set our pick direction up. And a side benefit is just that playing that sort of thing is actually really easy to play really fast when economy picking, So for today's workout, we're going to incorporate some of this economy picking into our scale practice by using some 3-note per string patterns, which really lend themselves to the economy picking because the pick stroke direction is uniform across all the strings. I don't know how to put that into words very well, but you'll see when you start playing the exercise. So for today's workout, we're just going to play through the basic 3-note per string G major scale pattern. And play through it across and back across the guitar fretboard. And we're going to use strict economy picking. Two things to keep in mind. Make sure that you're always using a rest stroke when you're transitioning between strings. So not every note needs to be a rest stroke, but especially definitely the ones where you're actually transitioning to the next string, they definitely need to be rest strokes. And secondly, the second thing to keep in mind is that when you're traveling down across the fretboard, you should always go down, up, down. And that's not a general rule. That's just a rule for this exercise because of the 3-note per string pattern. If you're using economy picking, you'll always need to use a downstroke when going to the string below it. So. And then go back across, and this time, going the opposite direction, we'll need to use an up, down, up pattern since we're moving up across the string so that we can do those rest strokes moving up. So all together. That's it for today. I hope it was helpful. Let me know if you have any comments, questions, feedback, or topics you'd like covered in the comments below this video. Please like and subscribe and check out theguitarwod.com. Thanks.